So who is the FX3 for? That is what I'm going to cover in this video. So the FX3 is a very interesting video camera because it pretty much has the same guts as the Sony A7S III, but the camera body is significantly different. It's like more compact, it's like a beefier design. It's definitely more video oriented. This extra strong chassis allows for these 1/4-20 threads around the camera body. So this way you can bolt on various hardware depending on how you want to configure this thing. You can keep it very simple for fast run and gun type use, or you can rig this out to the nines like this, for example. So what are the key differences between the Sony FX3 and the Sony A7S III? Well, first off, we got the price. The FX3 goes for $4,000, where the Sony A7S III goes for about $3,500. So as far as weight goes, the FX3 is a little bit heavier. It's about 640 grams versus 614 grams when compared to the A7S III. And it also has the newer USB PD power option. So basically it can provide more power through the USB, and that'll allow you to record for longer periods of time. Now, the camera body on the FX3 is way beefier. It has no viewfinder on the top though, but it has better port doors, it has a built-in cooling fan, it has a nice gray finish like the other cinema cameras that Sony offers, and it's just a more compact camera body, so it is a little bit more gimbal friendly. The FX3 also has a more video-oriented control layout design, which actually reminds me of the Sony ZV-E10 I recently reviewed. Similar to that camera, the FX3 has no control wheels on the top of the camera, and there's no exposure comp dials either. So it's off to the mode button on the back of the camera and into the menu system for that. I actually prefer it when it comes to changing the modes though, but it's not as easy to visually see when you look at the camera just at a quick glance. Alright guys, I just wanted to take a quick break to show you this awesome Sennheiser MKE400 mobile kit I just got. It comes with a microphone, it comes with a mini tripod, and it comes with a smartphone clamp, it comes with 2 output cables, and this really nice windscreen protector here. Now the mic itself has a 3-stage gain control, which is really powerful. So you're talking -20, 0, and +20. And then it also has a low cut filter here, which is excellent for those low rumbling sounds you might have to get rid of, like an air conditioner in the background or something like that. And then on the other side, it has a headphone jack with a volume control. It has about 100 hours runtime, and you can see here it's got a mic port that's like threaded. So one side of the cable will go on here and it actually threads on, nice and secure. All right, so here's just a quick mic test here in my studio. So I'm recording with both the MKE600 and the new MKE400. So I'm just gonna toggle between the 2 mics so you can hear the difference. But so far I'm extremely happy with this Sennheiser, and it's fairly compact, so it's perfect for that like run and gun type shooting. All right, so here's just a closer look at the smartphone holder kit here with the mic on top. And you can have it in both portrait and landscape mode, which is, you know, excellent, especially for Instagram and those vertical videos these days. And here she is mounted up to the powerful Sony FX3. Now the FX3 does come with a XLR microphone attachment that goes on the top of the camera, but it's really large. And sometimes you just don't want that huge attachment on the top. And again, this is a great solution for that run and gun type scenario, as you can see here. Guys, if you're interested in this Sennheiser MKE400 mobile kit, the links will be below in the description area. All right, let's get back into it. Also on the top, we have the stereo mic ports, and there's 3 of those 1/4-20 screws, and 2 of them are used to help secure the XLR unit. We also have this touch navigation interface on the top right, which is sort of an awkward spot depending on how the camera is being handheld. But when mounted to a tripod and or when in front of the camera, like in selfie mode, it is a great tool for navigating around the menu, moving focus points. All right, so I am shooting in S-Log3 at 4K quality, so I'm just gonna change that to, I'm actually gonna change it to S-Cinetone so you can see the difference. Alright, so now I'm recording in S-Cinetone, which is PP11 on the camera and the picture profiles, and this is a nice turnkey solution to those that don't want to grade their video, because it is a little bit challenging to grade your video in post-processing if you've never done it. So Sony provided this picture profile, which is basically like a pre-graded profile. Now it doesn't have the same dynamic range offerings that the S-Log3 does, but you don't have to grade the video. As far as other buttons go, the FX3 is sprinkled with pre-configured and labeled customizable buttons all over. We have 6 custom buttons by number, and then the standard control wheel and function menu arrangement on the back. It also has a zoom lever where the on and off switch is on most of the other Sony cameras. One of the most illuminating new features on the FX3 is the tally light show that goes all around the camera when you're recording. Now you can customize these and turn them off if you want, but that's a nice feature. The grip is also different and has more pronounced ergonomics, I feel like. It's a little bit easier to hold with one hand, for example. I feel like I have a more secure grip on the camera. So when we're looking at accessories, like I already said, the FX3 comes with the XLR handle, and that is one of the reasons it's priced $500 more than the Sony A7S III. So with this included XLR unit, the FX3 can record top quality audio in the field or in the studio out of the box with ease, and for a faster workflow, recording directly into the camera. In addition, the XLR unit also offers redundancy options by using channel 2 as a backup. You can also use channels 3 and 4 for additional mics, including the 3.5mm input as well. The XLR handle also bolts directly to the camera body, creating a much stronger connection when compared to the KLR K3M module you would need for the Sony A7S III to have XLR inputs. The XLR handle itself is very lightweight, but the build quality feels pretty good, and it's super easy to hold it from the top of the camera, I think. I like it. So is the FX3 for you? It really does depend on what you are looking for in a video camera. Do you need the viewfinder? Would you rather have a hardened camera body and built-in fan for the best possible heat dissipation? The FX3 would be better for long-term filming in warmer temperatures at higher frame rates. Think, 60p for a long period of time, or 120p for a long period of time in 4K quality. The FX3 is still a hybrid camera, meaning it could do both photography and video, but it's a video camera first and a photography camera second. This is why all the buttons are pre-programmed and labeled with video-oriented features. The A7S III, on the other hand, is also a hybrid camera that's oriented around video, but it's set up more for photography first and video second as far as the design goes and the way the buttons are labeled. And it also has the incredible electronic viewfinder. When it comes to tracking moving subjects, that viewfinder is critical for checking exposures, focus.
Now monitor brightness. If we go in here, you can actually change your monitor brightness. It's at 0, but you can change it. You can also select this option and go to sunny weather mode. And sunny weather really makes the screen super bright, and it's much easier to see when you're outside.
Now the FX3 is considered a cinema camera by Sony, and it does look like Sony's other cinema cameras as far as the colors go, but the FX3 does not offer the more high-end features that the expensive cinema cameras have, like shutter angle, DVI 4K, a built-in ND filter, things like that. So based on all that information, who is the FX3 for? Well, in my opinion, it's really for video creators that want a run and gun style setup, but also want to be able to do studio recordings and interviews and things like that with very high quality XLR audio. For the working professional video shooter, the FX3 would make a great B camera for your FX6 or FX9, especially if you need a camera to get in tighter spaces, because it is much smaller than those larger cinema cameras. And lastly, I think the Sony FX3 is a good option for somebody that has the money and wants the best possible quality compact full frame camera available for recording video in particular. Now the A7S III is another great option, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't have the same super high quality camera body, and it also doesn't have that built-in fan for heat dissipation. And again, the fact that it comes with that XLR handle that bolts directly to the camera, it's a more rugged design. It would just suit people looking for a more beefier setup. So if you're somebody that's traveling to Egypt or South America, Africa, things like that, and you want to film, you're kind of really into it, you can afford the best. This is a really good option for those type of people, in my opinion. Again, it's just my opinion. You don't have to agree. All right, so that about wraps up this video, guys, but I would love to hear your thoughts on who you think the FX3 is for, and I will catch up with you next time. Take care.